Good morning. So I have a story to share with y'all. This is the story. I have a new group home that has been coming to my farm a couple of weeks, and the group home is named Savita. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they had some people come, and this young girl said, I'm so excited because I'm saving all my money that I'm working for to go to the fair. And I was like, that is absolutely fantastic. And then the other two people said, I wished I could go, but they can't find me a job in Cullman. I said, what do you want to do? And one of them wanted to work at a convenience store, and one of them wanted to clean houses. And they couldn't find them a job. My heart broke. The next week, they came back to my farm, and the young girl said, I'm so upset. My hours got cut back at work, and I'm not going to have the money to go to the fair. And then the other two people said, yeah, we haven't been able to find a job so that we could save our money for the fair. So Aunt Judy goes to work. I couldn't handle it. So I called Randy Kraft, which is with the Lions Club, and he is really involved with the fair. He's one of the guys that's over the fair. And I said, Randy, I need your help. And of course he said, what do you need, Judy? I'll help you. I began to share with him the story about the people not being able to go to the fair. And I said, Randy, they need all-in-one passes. All I need is 6 passes. He goes, Judy, done. And I was like, yes. But then I thought in my head, because this is how Judy thinks, I thought, well, how fun is it to go to the fair and not eat fair food or not be able to play games? I mean, it's fun to ride, but if you go to the fair, you want to eat food and you want to play games. You want to win a stuffed animal, right? So my brain went to spinning. And I thought, I know just the person that can help me. So I went to Cullman Daily, and I said, Jamie, I need your help. I need you to help me find a sponsor that will sponsor these people to go to the fair. They're going to need $20 for food, because you know fair food's expensive, and they're going to need $20 to play games. And the coolest thing ever was I left his store. He has a mattress store, and I went next door to buy shampoo. Guess who was in Ross? The group home. And I said, come on, let me go introduce you to Cullman Daily, Jamie. He's going to help us. So I took them over there, and they began to meet Jamie. Well, they were able to tell Jamie their story up close and personal. And Jamie looked at me and said, Judy, I'll find someone. And if I can't find anybody, I'll do it myself. And I said, okay. So Jamie went to work. And Jamie contacted Exit 299 Chrome Shop and began to explain to him the story about what he needed. And you know what he said? Done. Get Judy to come pick up the check. I was so excited to share with this group home that they were not just going to the fair, but they're going to have $20 to shop or to play games and $20 to eat food. When I told them, they were jumping up and down with joy. That is how Cullman is. My hometown, when they hear a need, they come running. So today is the day. I get to hand Melissa, with the group home, Savita, I get to hand her her check, and she has free passes waiting for her at the fair. And today at 12 o'clock, this wonderful group gets to go to the fair. It doesn't stop there, okay? When Judy does things, she goes beyond the call of duty. So last week, they were going to Jack's. This young girl was so excited to go to eat lunch at Jack's. And I said, what are you going to get? And she goes, I'm going to get chicken nuggets and fries. I said, fantastic. So I looked at the other girl. I said, what you going to get when you go to Jack's? And she said, I'm going to get chicken nuggets and fries too. And then I looked at the other girl. I said, what you going to get? She goes, I don't have any money, so I'm taking a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My heart dropped. I was like, I can't handle this. So I began to learn through group homes coming to my farm. There's some that have money and there's some that don't. There's some that have families and there's some that absolutely have nobody. And I was like, okay, Judy, what are you going to do? So I reached out to Jay Bearden, who is the manager at Cracker Barrel. And I said, Jay, I need your help. And he was like, what do you need, Judy? I said, I need 4 passes for us to come eat breakfast next week. And he said, done. So I get to tell them that we're all going to eat breakfast at Cracker Barrel next week. Right now, I'm headed to exit 288 Chrome Shop. And they are the ones that are donating this donation so that they can eat and play games at the fair. So it takes me about 30 minutes to get to his location. I'm super excited to meet him, and I can't wait to tell him what a difference he's making in their lives. Let me explain something to you about what I've learned about group home facilities. Many of them, there's state regulations where they have to get them out in the public every single day. Well, what happens is, I told you, some have money and some do not. So oftentimes, they have to find things to do that are free, which Snead's Farmhouse is free to them. Also, they have to find discounted meals, or they have to find people to sponsor them where they get free meals. Because, like I said, not everyone has money, and it makes it difficult on the workers and the group homes because they have to find balance in all this. So that's why I've done what I've done, because I feel like our society, I don't know if it's the government, I don't know who makes these regulations on people with disabilities, but it's almost like they do get discriminated against because, you know, as a mom, I don't know what it's like to have someone that's disabled. But as a mom, I can only imagine that their biggest fear is what's going to happen to them when I'm gone. You know, if you're a mom, you get me. Or if you're a dad, you get me. You worry about what's going to happen to your children when you're gone. You know, I worry about that, and my kids are not disabled. So I will tell you that these group homes are special to me. They are. And I want to do everything that I can do for them, and also the clients that, I say clients, the residents that live there, because I feel like it's important to be equal. And unfortunately, not everyone, you know, has money. Like some of the people that live there, their parents left them tons of money. Some of them have never met their mother. Some of them have always, you know, it's different situations with every person. And I just feel like if I can go out of my way to make their Christmas special, or make them where they're equal and they can all go to the fair and they all have the same amount of money, I just feel like that's my calling. My calling is to give back. My calling is to have a voice for people that don't have a voice. And God has blessed me tremendously through all of this. And I've learned so much. There's one other thing that I've learned through the group homes coming to my farm, and that is about discrimination. You know, that's what I teach when kids come and adults come to my farm, is about not discriminating against people with disabilities or people that are not like you and so forth. But I really didn't understand what I was talking about, because if you don't discriminate against people with disabilities, why won't you let them get married? Or why won't you let them smoke a cigarette? Or if they want to drink a beer and they're of age, why don't you let them? Well, not discriminating. Let's just say that one of the people that live at the group home wants to get married. Guess what? They have to allow it. And they have to allow these things. Now, there are rules that are at the group homes where they're not allowed to drink, let's just say. And so they do have to follow rules of the group home, but they cannot discriminate against the people that live there. So things that you don't think about that they have to allow, they have to allow it. So it's just something to think about when you think about not discriminating against someone with a disability, what that really means. I'm not 100% sure where to go, but it says visitor parking right here, so I assume this is it. Hello? Hey, I'm Judy with Snead's Farmhouse.
It's the other office over there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm obviously in the wrong place. Straight across. I'm assuming it's that building. Let's go over there. See if it's over there. I don't even know the guy's name. I'm just told to come here by Jamie at Cullman Daily. All right, let's go over there. Doesn't look like an office. He said right across, so maybe I'll go knock on the door. This place is huge. I didn't know this was over here. I found the place where we're supposed to go though.